I grow sick of people who say one thing and then do another. That's not you, Uncle. I believe you will do what's best for you.
No.
Just shut up. I'm just saying get some work done.
I am so sick of the way that you bark at me.
Hi, I'm Logan Sparks. I play Anthony.
I'm Amy Claire. I play Rose in Sick of It All.
Well, we are a real-life couple. We're married, and when we filmed this, we were just dating. We just moved in together, and by parallel in the film, we play a couple that had actually been together a really long time, and we're sick of each other. So the film starts with us in a crossroads where she's being wooed by a new age guru.
And I think maybe we might hate each other more than we're just sick of each other.
It really is.
At the top of the film, for sure. We are.
I
think we hate each other.
We certainly resent each other quite a bit, you know.
Cooking.
You're making a roasted pumpkin feta over quinoa salad with white gazpacho soup.
Making a special meal for Aunt Rose and her friend.
Friend?
My name is Chameleon Daly, and I do energy healing
Oh.
for problematic crisis resolution.
He's very arrested in his development as an adult, and she is kind of a bossy grown-up.
And it really manifests itself because I really have, with the Arrested Development, I really have emotionally stopped developing in the movie, because at some point it's like a child who just reacts. You know, there's no logic to it, but there's these moments of throwing a tantrum or crying or self-loathing or
And also collecting a lot of toys.
collecting toys and living in a world that you can control. These are my toys and this is the place for them.
It's sexy, really.
Well,
Someone collects a lot of toys.
and there's a moment in the movie where I'm like, you knew this is who I was when we started. You know, she's angry that I'm a child. You knew that.
She probably thought it was cute at the top.
Right? Maybe you could solve me.
You knew that when we started dating that I was a toy collector, that this was my passion. I'm coming for Soldier Boy at 3 o'clock. Sober up.
Soldier Boy puts the action in action figure. More guts than your own father.
Like, oh, I like being a villain.
Well, it's
That's
funny because
awesome.
it really kind of builds that way, but yeah, there is, you look at the character of Anthony and almost as a victim, and all of these things and people are happening to him, but when you really figure it out, he's doing it to himself. It's self-inflicted, you know.
Which
so.
I think a lot of people do in real life, and that's, you know, kind of where if there's a message
Right.
that would be in that you're your own victim, something. I don't know. I'm not that smart. I can't.
Well,
I'm trying to be deep.
Sometimes in relationships in your life, you come to this moment where you could get out of it. This is your last chance of walking away clean with a new dealer, and the healthiest thing for you to do is exactly that. But your inner child says, I would rather be with somebody that makes me miserable than be alone.
I am so sick of the way that you bark at me like I'm some sort of fucking dog. And what do? I fucking act like a goddamn dog. You smack me in my fucking nose and I go running and you fucking call me back and I go fucking running back and you smack me in my fucking nose again.
We were at sort of the beginning of our relationship, so I think now that we're married and have a kid, we maybe could have drawn on some more real emotions. But there was some very uncomfortable things that I felt that I was being so mean to him, and I didn't like that, you know.
Well, and because she had literally just moved in together, we got tattoos on our first date. It was love at first sight and madly in love, and we were really infatuated with each other, but then you go and shoot for 12 hours where we would argue, and we'd come home at night and I'd be like washing a glass and she's like, are you done with that? And I'd be like, yeah. I mean, sorry, yes I am. You know, like it would, the residual of the day, and every once in a while I would just be like, just hug me. Just hug me. I still love you. You know, like, this is not real. These are characters.
What's the story?
Will you draw me a sheep?
I don't know how to draw sheep.
Just draw me a sheep.
Why?
I saw in a book once. Draw me a sheep.
No, not until you tell me what's going on. Now, your dad said you guys were in trouble. Now, look, Uncle A needs you to focus for a moment. Tell me what's the matter.
Just draw me a sheep.
Now is not the time for drawing, LP.
I think the explanation of this very important matter would be best coming from the mouth of an adult.
I think he's kind of the voice of reason. He's your buddy in the movie, and he's the one that he has more adult
He
ideas.
sees it. Yeah. He's the guy that says, look, Rose isn't right for you. It's you're never going to be happy. You need to look yourself in the eye and move away. And he really is the sage. And he as a kid was just ridiculous. It was when we were shooting with him. It was really fun and really funny. But he was also just a little kid. So before every take, the clapper would come down. And he'd reach out and touch the clapper, and it's like, okay, and it got to be a thing. Or we'd be setting up for 30 minutes and we'd pull in focus, ready, sound speeds, and be like, I gotta pee, and just dart out of the scene. And we just, and Brian would be behind camera and just be like, stand by. And then Brian go, hey, did you go to the bathroom? And he'd come back in with like 2 cookies. And you're like, oh, God.
Have you seen your brother had contact with him in the last 72 hours?
No, why? What's going on? Is he okay? Is he dead?
Do you not know what's going on with your family?
It was all done with the camera and the lighting, so you really didn't know.
But with like the noir style. For me, when I studied noir film when I was, growing up or as a fan, it always seemed to me that everybody had a real specific point of view, and they were adamant about it. So I went in knowing as Anthony that I was right. You couldn't change my mind. I'm right. It turns out maybe he's not right at all, but Anthony doesn't know that. And that's when you see the classic film noir. The bad guy knows he's right. The good guy knows he's right. The dame knows exactly who's right. So I kind of, on purpose, would go maybe a little bit more than realistically you would be in a modern film.
How long did the film take to shoot?
2 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
About 2 weeks.
12-hour days, yeah. It was really one location, Brian's house, and we lived and worked like a guerrilla crew.
And what's Brian Maguire, the director, like to work with?
He's the best. He knows exactly what he wants, and he stands around and judges everything and looks and does this and then gets in there and he's really hands-on, and then it's magically whatever it's supposed to be.
I trust him completely, and that was what makes sense. And there's a scene in the movie where I flip out in the mirror, and it was as Logan, it was a real cathartic, beautiful moment because I got to get rid of a bunch of stuff I've been carrying as a person. And he was hiding in the shower behind me the whole time. I knew he was there, but we were filming, and then he cut. I basically had an emotional breakdown, and I turned in front of him, and I turned around, and he's in the curtain, and he just kind of started giggling, not to make fun of me, but like, I get you, I get your tragedy inside. I'm like, okay, that says it all. Like, if he can be a friend through that, then the directing part just takes care of itself.
This is your first time at the Raindance Film Festival.
It is mine, but not his.
Not mine, no. I produced and was in On Holiday with John Hawkes. Brian directed that. The Black Bell, Privateer, 9 Full Moons. So this is I've been a fan and a participant.
Yes, we have several Raindance movie posters from each festival framed and hanging in our bedroom.
When she first met me, she's like, what is this thing?
And you go every year.
Yeah. And then when Brian wrote the movie, I was like, we're going to go to Raindance with this.
It's so exciting. And I hadn't been to London since 1993, the year I was born. No. So this is such an exciting and flattering experience for me. Definitely.
I go by my birth star name. It's Chameleon. Never Cam.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you.
No, it's okay. You were coming from, a healthy place, and I know you didn't mean any harm by it, but, you and I, we are from the same tribe, brother.
I haven't seen the finished product yet, so I'm very nervous to see it, but excited.
I'm really curious. I'm really excited to see it on a big screen because you watch it on a monitor and it's one experience, but in the dark with other people reacting, good or bad, it's a great experience. I hope they dig it. It's with all Brian Maguire movies, you either get it or you don't get it, and if you don't get it, that's not a bad thing. It's just I don't get haikus. Doesn't make them bad.
To pretend and live in fantasy, that's I wish I had more time for that sort of activity.